Hey guys, I have a 20-minute interval workout for you that is perfect for beginners. Maybe you're just starting to work out, maybe you've taken a long time off and are just trying to get back in the game, or maybe you're working with some mobility issues or other limitations. Today's workout is for you. This routine is brought to you by my friends at Megafood, and I want to take a second to highlight one of my favorite products of theirs, Blood Builder. So about 6 or 7 years ago, I was experiencing frequent lightheadedness and I was just overall feeling really fatigued and more tired than normal. So my mom, who's anemic, suggested that I might have low iron levels. So I went to my doctor, I got a blood test, and sure enough, my iron levels were low. Nothing alarming, but enough so that my doctor suggested I either start eating more meat or take a supplement. Now, the meat thing was not happening, so I went for the other option. And don't get me wrong, those were the two options my doctor gave me, but you absolutely can get iron from plant sources. Dark leafy greens, spirulina, legumes, just to name a few. So first and foremost, I try to eat a nutritionally dense plant-based diet, and I think I do a pretty darn good job of that. But at certain times, especially around my period when I used to get really run down, I thought that for me personally, it would also be beneficial to take a supplement. And it has been. I don't take Blood Builder every single day, but I do during my period and then maybe once or twice throughout the other weeks. And personally, I have noticed that during my period, I'm not as run down as I used to be. I'm sure all two dudes who are watching this video are pumped to hear me talk about my period. Blood Builder is the #1 selling iron supplement in tablet form. In addition to food state iron, it contains B12 and folate, which are vitamins that help maintain healthy red blood cell production. Blood Builder naturally combats fatigue and improves energy levels, and is crafted using Megafood's slow food process with food straight beetroot from Stallbush Island Farms and food state vitamin C from Uncle Matt's organic oranges. It's easy to digest and absorb and comes in a convenient 1 tablet per serving, so you don't have to remember to take it multiple times a day. That being said, if you have trouble with supplements, Megafood also has Blood Builder Minis. These come in a smaller, easy to swallow 2-a-day size. So aside from my praise, Blood Builder is now clinically proven to increase iron levels. In a clinical study with the University of Maryland School of Medicine, participants with non-anemic iron deficiency were given a daily dose of Blood Builder. After 8 weeks, they showed statistically significant improvements in every measure of iron status and without constipation or nausea side effects. You can see all the details from the study at bloodbuilder.com. Always consult with your doctor or healthcare provider for advice on specific conditions, but some people who generally might be at greater risk for iron deficiency are women on their periods, pregnant women, athletes, especially females, those who have just recently given blood, and vegans and vegetarians. I've included a ton of resources below in the video description, as well as links to Megafood for more product info. All right, now time to work out. For this 20-minute interval workout, you'll just need a set of hand weights. I'm using a set of 10-pound hand weights, but you do not need to go that heavy. I think 5 pounds would be a great place to start, maybe 8 pounds up to 10. We're only gonna use them for a couple exercises, and they're optional, so you can do this whole workout body weight as well. We're going to do an interval structure of 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. You have 6 exercises. We're going to go through them 3 times. We'll rest, and then we have a surprise little finisher to wrap everything up. As with all workouts, make sure you're properly warmed up beforehand. I have a 5-minute warm-up on my channel you can do, or you could do your own. Always listen to your body, stop, modify as needed. Throughout this workout, I'm going to give you tips for how to make exercises a little harder if you need that advancement. I'm also going to tell you how to make everything easier, so if you're working with injuries or are a true beginner, I got you. So 40 seconds on the clock. We're going to start by doing a side lunge. We're going to move side to side, so you're going to need a little bit of space, and we're going to reach the opposite hand across our body as we do this. Let's go. So you're going to bend into this knee, opposite hand reaches across towards the floor, come back through center, other side. Now with interval training, the goal is to go as hard as you can for those full 40 seconds, and then we'll get those 20 seconds to rest. So I never want you to go so fast that you're sacrificing proper form, but I do want you to push yourself. Now, if getting your hand this low isn't happening, that's fine. I just want you to stay more upright and reach your hand across your chest, like so. And rest. Okay, so next up, we're going to take it to jumping jacks. So, you probably know what jumping jacks are. Real quick, I'll show you the modification. You can just do one arm and leg at a time, so it'd be a step, step. That's how you're going to modify these. All right, 40 seconds. We're gonna get our heart rate up a little bit. Let's go. So again, if these are a little too much, maybe you have knee injuries and jumping around isn't happening today, I want you to step, step. Still bring your arm into it though. I want your whole body moving on this. If you're feeling good, take it back to those jumps. Now as you do these, core is in tight. Oop, losing my ponytail. A few more seconds. And rest. Okay, so next exercise, weights are optional. I'm going to use them. We're going to do a back lunge, adding in a bicep curl and a shoulder press, and we're going to isolate one leg the whole time. So I'm going to start on my left side, just because it's closer to the camera. You can start on any one you want. So back lunge at the bottom. I want you to curl the weights to shoulder height, press them up overhead. Reverse the motion, stand up. Lunge, curl, press. Now if you're not using weights, I just want you to do the back lunge and I want you to reach the arms up overhead. By adding the arms in, it's a little bit of a core stability challenge. That's your modification. If balance is an issue, you can also always use a chair or the wall for support and forget about those weights and just focus on your lunge and rest. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing this time on the other leg. Before we get going, let's just do a little posture check. Roll your shoulders back, chest is broad, and then knit your ribs together, so engage through the core. So now my right leg's gonna stay stationary. The left leg steps back. Try to get your knees to opposing 90-degree angles. Curl, press, reverse, and stand. So full body exercise here. Core is stabilizing, arms and legs are moving. At any point, if you need to ditch those weights, go for it. And rest. Okay, so we're going to take it down to the floor next for Russian twists. If getting up and down from the floor isn't happening, you have some mobility issues, absolutely fine. You can do this sitting in a chair. I'm using a coffee table, but you would just sit in a chair and you would do your twist like so. Otherwise, if getting onto the ground isn't an issue, let's take it down low and we twist side to side using one of the weights or even both, or to modify, none of the weights, just do body weight. So notice I have a slight lean back with my torso. This is going to keep my core engaged and my feet are hovering off the floor. But if that's too much, heels down and just do your twist here. Think of bringing the weight all the way to the outside of your hip. Chest is open, belly button tugging in tight towards the spine. And rest. Okay, so we're going to stay down on the ground for the next one. If you are not on the ground, then you're going to use your chair. We're going to come into a bird dog. We'll do it in tabletop position, but your modification would be to have your hands on a chair and to just lift one leg at a time like this. That's your modified version. Otherwise, meet me in tabletop down on the ground. Now your opposite leg and opposite arm are going to reach out, abs in tight, keep your hips square to the floor, replace it other side. So you're just reaching long back. Now as you do this, I don't want you to arch through the back like I'm demoing now. That's wrong. I want you to close the rib cage, pull the belly button in tight. So spine is long on this one. Trying to maintain neutral spine. Reach, replace. If you're modifying with your hands on the chair, again, just focus on the legs, lifting one at a time. And rest. Okay, so we've completed one time through the circuit. We're going to go through that twice more. So back at the top, we have those side lunges, reaching the opposite hand across. Let's go. So now that you're familiar with all the exercises, if you're feeling good and you want to challenge, you can add in a little hop. Hop over the other side, hop. Otherwise, just stay with your step. If hand can't come all the way down to the ground, no big deal. You're just going to reach across your chest, reaching long. Now, when you sink into the side lunge, I want you to think of sliding your butt and hips back and down. So if you take a peek down at your knee, it's not jutting out farther than your toes. It's the hips that slide back. And rest. Okay, jumping jacks up next. We'll see if my bun can survive this round. Let's go. Think of these 40 seconds as your cardio burst. Modification, take out the jump. You're stepping, stepping. But notice the pace is still quick as I'm stepping. Keep it up. Almost there. And rest. Okay, we're going to find those weights for those lunges again. And I want to show you one other option if the first round didn't work well for you. You can keep one hand on either a chair or the wall. I'll just use my couch as an example and hold the weight in the other hand and just do the curl to press on one side while holding on with the other hand for support. So again, I started isolating my left side. Doesn't matter which leg you start on though, because we will switch after 40 seconds. Curl, press. Notice I'm rotating my hands as I do this. So as I do the bicep curl, now my palms face my shoulders. And then as I do the shoulder press, I'm rotating palms face forward. Palms face my shoulders, palms face my sides, step up. And rest. All right, we'll do the other side up next. So if you're on the same side as me, right foot is going to be stationary. Let's go. Get nice and low, curl, press, reverse, and stand. Abs in tight as you do this. That front knee should stay stacked over the heel. And for my friends doing this without weights, again, you're going to step back, reach the arms up overhead. So I still want your core to have to really work to stabilize. So we're bringing the arms in one way or the other. And rest. All right, we're going to take it down to the floor, or you're going to sit in your chair for the Russian twist. Whoop. One or both weights, or none if you're modifying. Let's go. So lean back, chest open, feet are hovering, twist, twist, twist. Really bringing the weight all the way to the outside of that hip. Again, if you need to modify, heels down on the floor instead of hovering. Almost there, keep it up. And rest. Okay, we're going to stay down on the floor. We're going to come to that tabletop position. If you're modifying with your hands on an elevated surface, you're just in an inclined plank and you're going to lift one leg at a time. Otherwise, let's stack our knees under our hips and stack our wrists under our shoulders. Don't lock out your elbows though, keep a softness to them. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reach long, back through center. Okay, second time seeing this exercise. If you're feeling pretty good in it, I've got a way to make it harder. You're gonna tuck your toes, you're gonna hover your knees. Now, keeping that stationary knee hovering, try to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, bring it back, other side. Whoa, that's a lot harder, right? If it's too much, just stick knees down. So I don't really care how many reps you get in on this one. It's more about precision and balance than it is about speed. Our spine is long, which means our neck is long, so let's make sure you're not letting your head droop down. You're kind of looking at the floor a couple inches in front of your fingers. Rest. Okay, 2 rounds down, 1 more to go through this circuit. Let's go. Opposite hand across the body, reach it towards the floor. If it doesn't touch, no big deal. If you need to stay a little higher with the arms, that is an option too. Okay, last time you're going to see this exercise, so maybe you pick up the pace a little bit. Maybe you even add in that hop. Little hop, little hop. Up to you. Let's make sure we're sliding our butt and hips back and down. Chest stays broad, abs in tight. Rest. Okay, 20 seconds. We're going into those jumping jacks up next. Ready? Let's go. I just filmed a bunch of Tabatas where the rest interval is only 10 seconds long. So these 20 seconds are feeling kind of luxurious to me. I like it. Try to keep the pace up the whole time. Challenge yourself. Remember, this is the last time you're going to see this exercise today. For my friends at home modifying, step, step, step. Bring the arm into it though. Rest. Okay, we're gonna grab our weights. We have that lunge with the curl to press. If you're not using weights, it is just that lunge with the arms overhead. Also have the option to hold on to something and just curl to press on that opposite arm. So the opposite to whatever leg's stationary. Those are your options. Again, I'm starting on the left. If you want to start on the same side as me, does not really matter though. Step back nice and low. Curl, press. Pay attention to the rotation of your palms so they're facing in towards you, in towards your chest, away from you. Reverse it. Abs in tight as you do these. And you want that back knee just hovering off the floor a couple inches. So really get low in the lunge, weight in that front heel. Rest. Okay, now we just got to do the other leg. Let's do that little form check, guys, especially if you have a tendency to hunch like I do, which I'm working on. Let's roll the shoulders down our back, chest is broad, close your ribs, abs in tight. Right leg's going to stay stationary this time if you're on the same side as me. Again, as long as you're doing whatever leg you didn't just do, that is fine. When you come to the top of this lunge, try not to hang out here standing too much. Light tap with that foot and then go right back down. And rest. Okay, we're going to make our way down to the floor or your seat. We're going to come to that Russian twist. One, both, or no weights, up to you. Chest open, slight lean back, abs in tight. Hover those heels if you can, and we start our twist. So getting into the obliques on this one. If you're feeling good here and you want to challenge, just pick up the pace. But again, never sacrificing form. So as soon as stuff starts to get sloppy, slow it down again. Quality over quantity always. Keep it up. Last time you're going to see this exercise, burn it out. If you need to lower those heels, do so. It'll help with balance. It'll also help if you have tight hip flexors and holding them hovering is really uncomfortable. Rest. All right, time for that bird dog. I would love to know who came up with the name for that exercise, bird dog. Tabletop, all fours. Remember, don't hyperextend your elbows, a little invisible softness to them. Opposite leg, opposite arm, reach long. Try to keep your hips square to the floor, abs in tight, neck is long. Replace, other side. So all about core stability on this one. Squeezing into the base of your seat so that when that leg is straight, it's right around hip height. Let's do a little gaze check. Make sure you're not looking between your legs. You're looking a couple inches in front of your fingers. And done with your circuit. Okay, here's the deal. You have a full 60 seconds to rest, and then we are going to finish up this workout with a 60-second burpee challenge. Yes, I know, you're excited. I'm going to show you your options for burpees. So, kind of the base modification that I'm going to suggest we do today is hands to the floor, step your feet back, step your feet up, stand. If that's not happening, you're going to modify by bringing your hands to an elevated surface instead. So hands to the surface, back, forward, stand. Just like that. Elevating yourself in any move that involves a plank position is going to make it easier. So you can apply that to push-ups, to plank moves, a lot of stuff. All right. Now if you want to make it a little harder, we're going to add in our jump. So it's going to be hands to the ground. You're going to jump back to plank, jump your feet up, and then stand. Okay? 3 options, you pick your level, but 60 seconds on the clock, let's go. So again, this is the one, our kind of base one that I'm suggesting. We're gonna start here, and then you can scale up or down from that. "20 seconds down, 40 to go. When you stand, I want you to think of coming out of a squat. The hips come forward, you squeeze your glutes at the top, all right? So you're finishing the squat at the top. Modification looks like this. If you have energy to burn, let's take it to that advanced version. Jump, jump, stand. Right till the end, you're almost done with your workout. And done. Awesome work.